the London Open. It is 2 a.m. Eastern now, and price action has been absolutely steady as we begin the session with the Euro USD for our 4-hour chart. It's absolutely flat, means it's not even moved 10 points. Uh, Last session, the Tokyo Sydney, when we were there discussing price action was just around the 790. That's what it is right now. So as far as the uh, volatility or price movement is concerned, since the last three trading sessions, or at least last two trading sessions, it's been hardly around 30 points average. uh, I think the market is possibly waiting for a trigger to unfold the next wave. All right, so let's focus on what the wave suggests, or what the waves are suggesting in the Euro USD. As you can see, minute degree wave 1 completed at 1.0523, with minute wave 2 dropping quite sharply towards 1.0225 on the 3rd of February, just after President-elect Trump announced a trade wars, or tariffs, imposing the tariffs. I think today uh, is the day when most countries are going to be imposed on the proposed new tariffs or import tariffs by the US. Maybe that's the reason why markets are silent and waiting for the trigger to occur. So if that's the case, then around the New York Open, I think we should see volatility or prices uh, trigger. All right, but all in all, minute wave one and two terminated, and terminated the respective prices that we discussed: 1.0523, 1.0225, and minute wave three is extending, with the minute waves ones and twos and three also extending, and one more degree, which is minute sub-minute waves 1 2 3 3 extended itself, and sub-minute 4 terminated at close to 1.0725. All right, so sub-minute wave 5 should be in the making now, and if that has been identified correctly, then the sub-minute wave 5 should be rallying all the way towards 1.19 or possibly 1.12. All right, to complete, in fact, to terminate this minute wave 3, and that is labeled as orange bracket Roman, followed by minute wave 4, and then wave 5. So by the time I mean, Euro terminates with minute wave 3, we should be, as discussed earlier in the earlier session as well, we should be comfortably trading at above 1.1275. That's the September 2024 high, and ideally it should be trading close to 1.15, possibly 1.16 as well. And looking forward, as the five waves of the larger degree unfolds, ideally Euro should be trading close to 1.1630, or even higher than that. It could be trading close to 1.17 as well. All right, so please pay attention to what the waves are telling in the form of a story. And it is quite possible that the sideways action is due to the fundamental events that are occurring outside the markets, but more or less they are scheduled to resume what the waves are telling us a story, because these are the paths that we help ourselves with to position ourselves, and we've been following this since last what, to be more precise, it's been since 13th of Jan. But that was an aggressive trade call. All right, 13th of Jan, when we went long Euro USD from 1.0175, that was a pretty aggressive trade call. But 3rd of February onwards, what we've done is certainly in line with what the wave structure has emphatically told us. All right, so let's believe firmly in what the wave structure is telling us a story right now. In fact, we can change this path and we can lay down a new path, possibly carving the sub-minute wave 5, and then slightly lower the minute wave 4, and then that is minute wave 3, again wave 4 at the minute degree, and wave 5. So ideally, I mean, I'm not doing the sub waves. We might have to change the path according to the sub waves forming, because the time is also a factor we need to consider. But all in all, if you look at uh, the trajectory for euro, it is on the north side, sir. Okay, the trading point of view, if you are still wanting to take positions in euro, it should be on the north side, ideally with the stop loss around 1.05 and the potential target reaching towards 1.12 and 1.15 and 16. All right. So that's the story for euro. Let's find out what dollar index has done. I think it's also should be on the same lines as the euro. And here we are seeing the 4-hour chart for the dollar index. Again, we can change the path here as we did in the euro. So it's absolutely sideways, without any doubt. What we were discussing in the previous session is is still the same price. I mean, I still remember 10415 was where we were recommending shorts to be taken in the last session, the Tokyo Sydney overlap, and as we speak right now, it's again 104.15, not a pip here and there. So it tells us a lot that what is being going on in the past 5 hours is nothing but absolute silence. Okay, so in in fact, we are more convinced now that market is waiting for a trigger. A trigger is what we call technically, but for most people, it's the fundamental news that the market follows, and because of the fundamental news, the market is moving. Right, so that's what it is for most of the traders. The reality is something else. The financial markets are already patterned. We have, we have, we've been discussing this, and we have already discussed this in the first educational video as well, which will be out soon for you to go through. As far as the wave structures are concerned and the market movements are concerned, they are absolutely patterned. There is no random movement that the market would ideally want to take. Okay, major due to some major fundamental announcement, there might be some disruption temporary, which is absolutely allowed and absolutely fine. But otherwise, I mean, the story that we've been telling us ourselves, or the story that we've been discussing since 13th of January, is being bang on based on the base wave theory. In fact, we got stopped out when that high was print because it went up above slightly above the 61.8%. So that's okay. I mean, a slight disruption is allowed. But look at what happened after 110.20. That is the 61.8%, slightly above touch. It was the first impulse wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that convinced us to print minute degree wave 1 in place and start selling on rallies. Look at that minute wave 2, which was again triggered by a fundamental announcement of the new tariffs coming into force. But prices stalled at 109.85. They didn't break above 110.20. And that's an important point to understand. Market told us that it's beginning to turn lower. So that was just a retracement and pullback for us. We have labeled it as wave 2. Now it is telling us another story which is quite beautiful. It's saying that okay, I'm I'm unfolding. In fact, I'm not only unfolding, but I'm expanding or extending the third wave at three different degrees. So the first degree was the sub-minute. The third wave was extended. The second degree of extension is the minute wave 3, orange, which is into its last leg. And the third extension is the minute wave 3 circle, which is still three waves away. All right. And by the time prices reach there, should be trading around 97. So this path is already laid down now. It's our duty to have faith in what is being seen, what is being created, and for the objectivity purpose, we have the stop loss in place. All right. So if you are still sitting on the sidelines and wanting to trade, then it's the right time to hit the sell button. And the stop loss would go just one pip above that wave one termination. I mean, you can choose to place it at 106.95, or you can place it at 107. All right, that would be the stop loss and objective stop loss. If prices push above that, that means something else is happening. It's not wanting to go down any further. All right, even one step further. I mean, if you place your stop loss 106, uh, that is wave one of a sub-minute degree, even that is technically correct. All right. We are considering the larger degree counts. That's why I'm suggesting 107. But otherwise, 106 is technically correct as well. All right. And the downside is looking around these levels: 101, 99, 97, and 95 by the time it completes 5 waves. All right. So that's the story in the dollar index. Please let us move on to the next one, which is pound. We are still waiting for, okay, we are anyways going to discuss gold in the next one. So let's have a quick view at what pound might be doing. And it is without any surprise, it goes without any surprise that pound is also hanging around absolutely sideways with no price change at all since the last 5 hours that we met. All right, so in a nutshell, the story is the discussion is a repeat of what we just did in the previous session, and we still have wave 3, 4, and 5 to unfold on the higher side. And by the time wave 5 completes, pound could be trading close to 1.4 as well, 1.1, 1.4, yes. So at this point in time, as we speak, prices are 29. They are poised to rally towards the 39 mark. That is 1,000 points or 1,000 pips from the current levels. All right. So trading point of view, it's good to remain on the long side, or maybe you can initiate further longs or add further longs around the current price as well. The stop loss projected is around 1.25. Uh, that is wave 1 termination. Normally wave 4 would not enter the territory of wave 1 in case of an impulse, which it is. There are other places technically correct. You can place your stop loss just below that wave 2 as well, of the intermediate, uh, not the intermediate, but uh, sub-minute wave 2. In fact, it's better to place around minute wave 2, and minute wave 2, if you place your stop loss there, it's increasing your risk, and technically correct stop loss is coming here as well, 1.25. So it's better we place the stop here at 125. And again, lower degree waves 1s and 2s are being carved out. If that's what we have identified correctly, then the next move should be a very sharp rally all the way towards 3200, terminating minute wave 3. All right. In fact, minute wave 3, by the time minute wave 3 is ready to terminate, or yeah, as the time approaches for the termination of wave 3, we should be above 1.35 or 1.34, which is the September 2024 highs. All right. So that's the story in pound, GBP, USD, and the next instrument would be gold. So let's bring up 4-hour time frame for gold. I think we had prepared the gold chart for Oanda provider, but now I don't see Oanda, so we did it again in the last session. Let me recheck if there is. No, the provider is not coming up. No problems. We've already redone the chart. So we've discussed the daily chart last time. So let's focus on the 4-hour. The story in gold is again quite a bit clear as gold prepares to terminate wave 5 at 3 different degrees, that the minute and the minor. Now the only question is, has a top been in place, or are we going to see yet another top? Because the only thing that I see which is possible as an alternate count is uh, maybe the third wave extended, so we might have to change wave 1, wave 2, and wave 3. Rather than printing or placing here at 3054, it would go all the way towards the recent high 3145, and that would bring us towards wave 4 lower and then wave 5 higher. So just a hypothetical extension, it might go towards 3213. All right, because I'm not seeing an impulsive drop right now. We are flat, correct? We had discussed in the last session as well. We went short in gold twice aggressively, but we have booked profits and we are flat right now. Now the drop from 3145, if you look at the drop from that price, it is in 3 waves. unless and until it's carving what, a triangle A B C D E, or A B C and E. It could be wave 2, or otherwise I think it's an ABC, and it's also bounced from the previous wave 4 of 1 lesser degree. So we got to respect what we are seeing right now. It's a corrective decline, and the other thing is that it's a corrective rally as well. So 3 down and 3 up. Is it carving an ABC? It is quite possible, sir. So if it is carving an ABC, it's just a corrective drop. Prices might go towards 3021, which is again the previous wave 4 of a lesser degree, and then bulls might be time we are flat, but we would certainly encourage further aggressive selling going forward. All right. So those are the four stories which we are mostly engaged in the trading activity. And to quickly run you through the Bitcoin 4-hour chart is also indicating that wave C of intermediate, sorry, not intermediate. I don't know why I'm repeating that term intermediate, but it's in the minute degree, wave C is unfolding, and it's quite possible that prices may rally towards 94. We are waiting for that to happen before we sell again. All right. So those are the stories as we move into the London Open for 2nd of April, and we'll be back again after a few hours to touch base and continue the stories, where we will also cover the Dow Jones, what price action is shaping up there as well, alongside Euro, Dollar Index, Pound, GBP USD, Gold, Bitcoin as well. All right. So let's bring the current session to a pause, and as always, thank you for tuning in, and until the next one, please do take care and God bless. Bye.